Hello all, welcome back to my channel. In this video we will discuss SQL triggers. In SQL Server, a trigger is a special type of a store procedure that is executed automatically on certain event performed on a table or a view. We have three types of triggers: DDL triggers, DML triggers and logon triggers. We'll see an example each one of them for better understanding. Switch to MS SQL. Here I have a predefined demo database and employee audit table as well. Let me query both the tables. Select star from employee and employee audit table. Execute. In the employee table I have employee ID, name, salary, department. In the audit table I have audit ID, employee ID, action type and action date. Whenever I insert any record into employee table, that should be audited in the employee audit table. For that, let me write one trigger. So the create trigger will be, the syntax is the create trigger and trigger name we have to give. So let me say like tr underscore insert underscore emp I'll give, and here we have to give a on table name. Which table you are going to write a trigger, the table name you have to give. I'm writing employee, and after which event you are going to execute this trigger, so that also you have to insert. So after insert I have to audit, so that I given after insert. Then this will be as begin and end. So within this begin and end block you are going to write a insert query into audit. Insert into employee audit, and here I am going to audit employee ID comma action type, and this will be select employee ID comma, and I will going to action type is inserted from inserted. So whenever I insert any data into employee table, this trigger will get execute and it will get audit into employee audit table. Let me create this trigger. So now trigger is created. You can see in the employee table, expand. You can see in the trigger section, just expand this. Here we have tr underscore insert underscore emp, that is we created just now. So now let me insert a data into employee table. Insert into employee, and I'm going to insert a name comma salary comma department. Values of name Suryan comma salary I'll give 10,000 and department is IT. So let me execute this. One row affected and one row affected. So first row affected is the employee table and the second row is affected on the employee audit table. Let's query this. Select queries both the tables. You can see in the employee table I have inserted data. In the audit table also automatically inserted data because of we've written a trigger. So this is a after insert data we can audit in the table. So likewise we can have update. So whenever update any data update in the employee table, that also need to be audited in the audit table. For that, let me write one more trigger. I'll copy the same. This will be after a update, so I'll give the trigger name is update, tr underscore update underscore emp. So this is after update event, so I'll give update. Now the action type is updated. So let me execute this. Now trigger is created. Again let me update the data into employee table. Update employee, set let's say like salary equal to 20,000 and where employee ID equal to 1. So let me execute this update query on the employee table. One row affected and again one row affected. Let's query this select statement. You can see the salary is updated in the employee table. In the audit table the action type is one more record is inserted with the action type updated. The trigger we have updated the action type. So like this we can use a after update. So next we'll see an after delete. The same thing what we are doing for insert and update we can do for delete as well. So let me copy the same, and this I will give delete, and the action is after delete. After delete, the after delete also the action type emp is deleted action type, and this should be an deleted. Let's execute this trigger as well. Now trigger is created. So let me delete data in the employee table. Delete from employee where emp id equal to 1. Let's execute this. One row affected and one row affected. Let's query this select statements. You can see in the employee table I deleted the row, and in the audit table the auditor also it is there, emp is deleted. So like this we can use triggers in the employee table. So now we'll see an instead of tables we can view write a views, the triggers for a views. So let's take a new window. Before writing a trigger, let me write one view. Create view, and this will be employee view. So underscore view as select emp id. Let me take emp id comma name comma salary. Let's create this view. The view is created. Next to write a trigger. Create a trigger, and trigger name I have to give trigger. This will be insert view underscore emp I'll give, and on. Earlier we given as a table name, now we have to give a view name. Instead of table name we are going to give a view name. So this will be, earlier we given as a after insert, here we given after insert. Now we have to give instead of insert. Instead of insert as begin and end. So in this begin and end statement end block I am going to write a insert into employee table. Insert into employee, that will be name comma salary comma department, and here will be select name comma salary comma, and the department name I will say like HR department, I will hard code. This will be from inserted, and this is the end. Let me create this trigger. Create. Now the trigger is created on a view. So now let me insert data into view. So insert into employee view. The view is emp view, and I am passing only name and salary because the department is hard coded here. So I will pass only name and salary. So let me take name comma salary, and the values is here will be like Surya comma I'll give salary 20,000. So let's execute this insert query and view. You can see one row affected, one row affected, one row affected, because one row affected in the view, one row affected on the audit table, and one row affected on the employee table. Let's query this. I'll copy the same to here. You can see the data is inserted here and inserted here also. And let me write one more view as well. I'll select from view as well. Let's execute. You can see in the view also the data is available. Okay, so in the view I have employee ID, name, salary, 3 columns only. That's why the 3 columns is coming. Department I not selected here. Like this we can write a triggers for a views. Next we'll see another example. In the employee table I have a salary column. Now if I am trying to insert data into employee table with a salary less than 20,000, it should not allow to insert. We have to prevent the values before inserting. So now the SQL Server will not support a before inserted triggers, but we can enforce the rules after insert by rollbacking the transaction. For that, let me write a trigger. So let me copy this same. I'll write one more trigger. Create a trigger, insert employee validation. Let's say validation on employee table. After insert, you have to write to enforce and roll back the trigger if it is a salary is less than 20,000. So now let's, if exist, select one from inserted where salary is less than 20,000, and you have to write begin and end. So within this block statement you are going to roll back the transaction. Roll back transaction. Let me print some value also, some alert. Salary must be at least 20,000. So let's go and execute this trigger. Trigger is created. Now let me insert data into with a 10,000 in the employee table. Let's go and execute. Now we can see one row affected. So because we've written as a trigger is after inserted, so employee table it is inserted. After insert we have it, this trigger got triggered and it's checked the salary is less than 20,000, so the transaction is rollback. So you can see that salary must be at least 20,000. Now let me insert a data into at least 30. Now let's go and execute. One row affected, one row affected. Now let's see on the select employee and employee ID table. You can see data is inserted. Like this we can write and use triggers on tables and views. Now we will see on how many triggers available in the SQL Server. For that let me write a query, select star from sys.triggers. This will give list of triggers in the SQL Server. You can see in the insert, update, delete, view and validation as well. So how we can drop a triggers? So that also let me copy this validation trigger and drop trigger and trigger name you have to give. Select that and execute. Now command is successfully executed. Let me query this trigger. You can see only this 4 trigger is available. The validation trigger we dropped. So like this we can use triggers in a SQL Server. If you like this video, please share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.